Are you thinking whether you should sell or wait in 2023? It's a difficult decision. It's a personal one and a financial one with many factors to consider. It's also hard to think of whether you should sell or not after you see the price drop by almost 20% since February of this year. If you're worried about losing money on your home because you need to sell, in this video, I'm going to be talking about where the GTA real estate market is right now, where the market is heading, and the top reasons why you should sell and top reasons why you might want to wait. Welcome to the channel. I'm Stephen Ho with the Mister Sauga real estate team, your local real estate expert in the GTA since 2010. I make weekly videos to make real estate simple and easy to understand so you can make the best decisions for your largest investment. If that's something that you're looking for, make sure you subscribe. So where is the GTA real estate market right now? We experienced a historical housing correction over the last 9 months. Average price has come down 18.36%, and the sales volume has dropped by 45% compared to last year. But keep in mind, in the GTA, prices rose 48% in the last 2 years. If prices didn't correct, we would be in a bubble, and nobody wants a bubble because bubbles burst. It's good for buyers, it's good for sellers, it's good for the industry. COVID really front-loaded sales from the future. Home buyers got the benefits of a recession with low interest rates without the cost of a recession with low unemployment rates. There was a real urgency to get into the market, and gifting from parents was at an all-time high, leading to this upward pressure on price. We are now in the future, and the future is catching up. This is just a reallocation of activity because of interest rates. Due to the high inflation we're experiencing, and because of the low interest rates from 0.25%, they had to increase, and now we are at 3.75. There's a couple more increases expected to come, and then the rates are actually expected to stay at those levels until 2024. So people are qualifying for less now, and there is less demand. Sales have come down, but keep in mind, inventory has also come down as well. There's not many homes that are coming up for sale. To keep things in perspective, sure, prices have come down from the peak, but if you bought prior to COVID, you're probably still ahead. Keep in mind, the last 2 years during COVID, prices went up 48%. And now that it's come back down 18%, you're still up roughly 30%, so you're still pretty good. Now, the other side is the rental market, because now people can't afford to buy. They are relegated into the rental market. The average rent of a one-bedroom condo in the GTA went up 20.4% year over year. One of my clients rented out their 1+ den in Mississauga back in March for $22.50 a month. And then the tenant 9 months later got another job out of town, and we need to find another tenant. Rent has gone up. We have now rented out for $2,500 a month. We actually could have gotten $2,600 a month, but we wanted to find the right tenant. Another client of mine rented out their 1+ den condo also in Mississauga back in July for $23.50 a month, and the tenant paid the full year up front. The rental competition is strong. There's low inventory and there's high demand. A lot of buyers are not able to buy because of the high cost of borrowing. So now they have to rent instead. Price, I think, will continue to trend down a little bit more, but most of the market has already stabilized. The biggest drop in price has already happened. As interest rates are going to stabilize, we're expecting a couple more rate hikes. But once they stabilize, I think the prices should also stabilize probably in mid next year. But to understand the long term of the market, we need to understand supply and demand. This is basic economics. So for the demand side, there are 3 main things we need to pay attention to: unemployment rate, immigration, and interest rates. Unemployment rate is the number we need to watch for. If people don't have jobs, they can't afford their homes, and they probably need to sell at a lower price because they're in distress. Keep in mind, the BOC would choose a recession over inflation any day. And one of the methods to keep inflation down or bring inflation down is to increase the unemployment rate. Currently, we have low unemployment rate in Canada. We currently have 1 million job vacancies across the country. Most of them are in the service industry. Particularly, we are in desperate need of construction workers and nurses. Immigration is the second thing. We understand there is a labor shortage. We need people. So we're currently bringing in 430,000 people this year alone. And that number is expected to increase in the coming years. With all these newcomers coming, where are they going to live? Interest rates is the third factor, and that determines how much people can actually afford. We've seen how low interest rates have really pushed the market up, and now with increasing rates, we've seen how it's slowed down the market. If the Bank of Canada's inflation target rate is around 2%, interest rates have to be higher than that to maintain that. So when rates do come back down, it's probably going to be around 3%. The other thing to keep in mind is with interest rates expected to rise a little bit more, mortgage payments are also increasing. And this is going to cause some people to maybe sell in distress because they can't afford their homes anymore. That's going to cause some more downward pressure on price. Inflation is a lagging indicator, so it's hard for the BOC to predict or project what they should do to make sure that inflation is behaving. If it's not, they might have to increase the rates up to 5.25%. Doing that is going to cause a full-on recession, and unemployment rates will go up and people won't be able to afford their homes, which will cause more distress selling and more downward pressure on price. That's why the last increase of 0.5% in October was actually a good sign. The whole market gave the BOC the green light to increase rates up 75 basis points, but they only went up by 50 points. This is a great sign because the BOC doesn't want to overshoot. Now, on the supply side, Ontario just announced their More Homes Built Faster Act. They want to build 1.5 million homes over the next 10 years. We just did a summary video of that. You can watch that here. I think in summary, it's actually a good start. At least they're setting a target. I don't think they'll hit it, but this is a good start. To give you an idea, a third of projects in the GTA are being canceled or delayed. There's no money to be made. With material costs going up, the shortage of labor, it's not profitable for any developers to start building. Toronto also just approved their increase in development charges. We did another video on that. You can watch that here. If supply doesn't keep up, home prices have nowhere to go but up. So here are the top 3 reasons why you should sell and reasons why you should wait. Here are the top 3 reasons for you to sell. You need to upsize. We ran the numbers and you can save over $300,000 if you upsize now compared to the peak. You can watch that here. You want to move up in a down market. The higher priced homes have taken the biggest hit and the lower priced homes have relatively retained their value. Another reason for you to sell is because you need to move, whether it's for the job or for family or for retirement. Another reason is that you need the cash. If you need to sell because you're scared you might be losing your job, or you need to reallocate your assets, or if you're planning for retirement, this is another good reason to sell. And if you really need to sell, there are some ways for us to make sure that your home gets the marketing it deserves, so you get the eyeballs and the buyers to come, because now there's other competition. And it's not as simple as just putting your house on the MLS and you're going to get 40 offers. Gone are those days. You can download our free seller's guide in the link below to find out more how we are able to help our sellers get 6% more on average on the sale of their home compared to the average agent. So here are the top reasons for you to wait and not sell your home. If you don't have the urgency, you should probably wait. You'll be glad that you did. We are heading towards a buyer's market and prices are going to trend towards a little bit lower in 2023. So if you don't need to sell, you might want to consider renting. As I mentioned before, rental rates are on the rise. And if you can wait it out for 2, maybe 3 years and wait till the market returns, this might be better off for you in the long run. Another reason for you to wait is that you're happy in your home. You don't need to sell. Obviously, it is a good time to upsize, but if you're happy in your home and you know it, clap your hands. Real estate is a long-term investment. The market is going to return. We tend to have short-term memory. The market is super hot, the market is super cold, and we're all panicking. If you don't need to sell, wait it out. Another reason is that you haven't lived in your home for that long. You might have actually low equity or even negative equity from when you bought it. If you're selling, that's when you're actually realizing the loss. So whether you should sell or whether you should wait, it's really a personal choice of why you want to sell. If you want a more in-depth custom approach in managing your real estate position and what you should do, you can book a free call with me in the Calendly link below. I can simplify the process, formulate a plan for you, and walk you through the next steps. In closing, the fundamentals of the market are still very strong. Immigration is underreported and increasing in the coming years. We are undersupplied in a big way, and demand is not stopping. The market is just experiencing a reallocation of activity. We front-loaded activity during COVID and now it's just catching up and the market is resting or taking a breather. Thanks for watching. You can watch our other videos here. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with someone you think might be considering whether they should sell next year or not. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.